The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki. Hello, it's Nikki. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. Welcome to the show. It's Thursday, babies. I am here in Santa Monica, California with my mother. She is visiting. What's up, Julie Glaser?
Nothing.
Okay.
Just kidding. So much. I
Just
can't
kidding.
Even, just kidding.
You didn't even mean it to do that, and you just kidding.
You have done this to me.
No, you didn't.
No, I
You brought
never
it upon
said
yourself.
just kidding until I was just kidding, and then it took off.
It took off.
I don't know what happened.
So she's here, sitting here with me. We had a little good morning. Andrew is in Austin, Texas. Is that correct?
Yep. Yes, I am.
I saw you drinking a Topo Chico on camera. I know that is the national beverage of Austin, Texas. God, why are Topo Chicos so fucking good compared to any other sparkling water?
I think they're okay. I don't,
Really?
Yeah, I don't think everybody's talking about them.
Hot take right away.
Oh my God. What
No,
seltzer
I mean,
you
I'm
taking
drinking-
down Topo?
They're expensive.
Well, that's it. If you
here
remove
you go.
price,
that
there
would be
is a superior taste to it. My mom's taste will be affected by the price tag of something.
Absolutely.
Last night, Chris was in her guest room, is Chris's closet, and Chris had to go in there after she was in bed. He was like, "I feel so bad. I gotta get a shirt for tomorrow." And
Come on in, Chris.
And so I knocked, and I was like, "Can we come in?" My mom's like laying in bed like a corpse.
I
and
said, come on in, Chris.
"Come on in, Chris." And she's sitting there in her negligee with rose petals
I
on the
didn't know
back.
he was coming in.
That's just
Go
how you
ahead.
get ready for bed.
That's the way I look every
Yeah,
night.
and so he comes in and he is going through the closet to find a shirt, and he pulls out a shirt and it has a tag on it like it's brand new, and she goes, "Oh, Newbie, you got a Newbie," and he starts laughing so hard. We were saying Newbie in bed after we went to
Really?
bed for like 20 minutes. He just goes, "Your mom is so funny. She's the
I just wanna
funniest
make him
person
laugh.
alive." He laughs. It makes me realize how much he doesn't laugh at me when he's around you. Where I'm like, this guy's capable of like cracking up every Thursday.
I don't know. He looks at me and starts laughing. I don't know what I have done to him.
He really does.
Honestly.
You are like the funniest person to him in the world.
He just looks at me and goes, "Pah." Remember? I'm like, what now? I didn't do anything.
The one time that really we can't get over was when we went to see my dad perform, and he asked my mom, "You gonna get up there and sing tonight?" Because sometimes she will, and she goes, "No, Chris, I'm a broken woman."
And I stand by that.
And we were like, what does that even mean? But it's because her neck was fucked up that
Yeah,
night.
I have problems.
Why are you a broken woman?
I just have issues with this body.
When did your body start breaking? Like when should we get ready for it?
Honestly,
as women
like
who are
10 years
aging?
ago.
Me, Andrew, and Noah are
So
all
when
aging
I
women.
was 53.
Do you remember? Was it a day?
53.
Do you-
It was,
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it a
No,
specific day?
It wasn't a day. It was just like, my body hurts. I'm like, I didn't even do anything.
Anya was just sent us this clip of Patton Oswalt where he says, turning 50, after 50, before 50, he was like, I could walk into propeller blades and just put some Bactine on it. And then after 50, my spine implodes because a leaf falls near me.
kind of true.
He said I broke my ankle because I was stepping off a curb, and he was like an ant who like saw a bird. Like it was some. He just was talking about how frail you get, and Anya was like, yeah, like she's feeling like she's feeling age. I'm not really feeling it yet, but I'm
You're not
happy.
50.
I get that, but I
No,
know
but
that
honestly, it happens.
I started to hear you guys complain about your age. I feel like around my age, like 38, when you were just like, you would just get up and kind of go, ugh, like those kinds of things, you know?
Hangover.
Andrew, we know Andrew feels it because he what was the thing? I've fallen
get on
and I
the
can't
floor.
get up. Or I've fallen and I can't get down. Or
I laid down, I can't get up.
I'm standing and I can't get down.
It's hard
when
to
he
get
gets on
down
the-
there.
Yeah, he gets down
There's
and he
a
can't get
bed
up.
in this
I
hotel
can't get
room.
up either.
It's on the floor. The bed's on the floor. You pay hundreds of dollars to sleep on the floor. I guess it's minimalist. They call
Wait,
it.
where are
But
you
I can't
staying?
get to the bed.
Oh.
I guess I
At
could
a
say
hotel or
it's called the
Airbnb?
Line. Hotel. A hotel.
And it has like there's not really a.
It's a platform bed, probably.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's a platform, but it's so low though. I hurt getting down there.
Can you
I mean, I
roll
guess it's-
off, get on all fours, like almost like a crouch position? You roll to all fours off the bed, and then can you get up from there?
I guess it needs to have one of those mechanical
How do you do
things that push you
F45?
up.
Aren't you doing burpees in there that like you got to get on the ground and then get back up really quick? Like, aren't those part of your
I do burps.
workout regimen?
Wait, Andrew, is it you can't get in the bed or
pee.
out of the bed? Which is it?
He can't
I
get
can't-
out.
Out. Yeah.
Out and up.
Yeah, that's hard.
I could get, yeah.
Like
Thank
when
you,
he's playing with his
Sorry.
cat on the ground, he has trouble getting back up. Is
Yeah.
that a thing for you with
Yeah,
the
that's
kids?
a definite thing. Getting back.
need a taller
up off
cat.
the
I need
ground.
a greyhound
I can get
cat.
on the ground.
Great.
I need a taller cat.
Well,
That's why
yeah.
people got greyhounds when they're older
Your cat
and
always
rich.
needs to be like one of those Halloween cats that like holds up its hand, like it squeezes together and arches his back, like really skinny and tall.
Or I need
like
a cat that
St.
rides
Louis
on top
Arch.
of another cat. I need like
Oh
6
yeah, that would be
cats.
cool.
Yeah,
Do you have a cat tower for your cat? One of those towers.
Just so I
It
can
says
pet it.
Trump at the
Yeah.
top.
No, but
I'll
really,
lease it
do
to
you have
him.
one of those? I always
Puts
think
his name on everything.
if I had a cat, I'd get one of those towers.
I know they're cute,
No, it's just that gives the cat something
right?
instead of your curtains or your leg of your couch that he's going to tear
Well,
up.
yeah, I think people don't not get a tower because they're like, I want him to rip my curtains up.
No, because they just are lazy and cheap. Now, that's something I wouldn't be so cheap on.
Right.
But I find
No,
one
you
at
would find one
Goodwill.
at Goodwill.
I-
You
How
would-
much do you
I've seen
think a
them at
cat
Goodwill.
tower is, Julie? How much do
I've
you
seen
think
them
a
at-
cat tower runs nowadays?
I would say they
My mom
cost
will
like
nail it. She would be great at Price is Right.
$79.
$250 for a cat.
Well,
I
it
thought
just
for
depends.
120.
Oh, wow.
You can find one for easily on like Facebook Marketplace. People are trying to get
Yeah.
rid of those things because their
and
cats die.
G-Dubs.
Oh, that's a
G-Dubs,
good
yeah,
point.
Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Yeah, go
good
on
point.
Facebook Marketplace. That I loved Facebook Marketplace when I was furnishing my apartment. That is so fun.
I look at it every day.
Yeah, it's a good
It's
little
so
place.
fun.
It's
I just
so
want to see
good.
what people are trying to
I feel like
sell.
that has more stuff on it than like Craigslist. That is like
Oh,
you
I
find
don't
good,
even look at Craigslist
yeah
anymore.
It's a
Wow.
nightmare.
yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Yes.
Because Craigslist has too many
It's
scams.
Too much crap.
Too much
can-
crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Can you take
the
us
other-
through your marketplace search? Because are you going in there and you're just seeing what happens, or are
I
you
just
going in specific?
well, right now I'm looking for certain things because Matt and Lauren are looking for a couch.
Oh.
And they want a specific couch.
They want a
And-
Joybird.
Well, they would like a Joybird, but
Yeah.
I did find a Joybird.
You know what? Our
Perfect.
nice couches love sacks. That's what Chris and I are going to get next.
Oh, they sound sexual.
Well, we are. No,
I'm thinking ball
You
sack.
know
everyone
me.
fucks on a couch. We just talked about this. Like, there was something on Reddit I saw that said if you ever go to someone's house, you just know that
Just
that couple
count.
has had sex on that couch that you're sitting on.
So gross.
Except you and
Different when
Dad.
it's your
You and Dad
parents.
definitely.
That living room couch
You don't know.
overlooking the pool. That's sexual.
Oh yeah, that would be very sexual. I've probably had sex on that couch. Just kidding, I haven't.
what-
Just kidding. I haven't had sex on any couches. I would not.
God.
That was the old me. You guys have replaced those couches since then. That was
Yeah, we got
Decades
somebody
ago.
else's used couch that no, I'm
that
just kidding.
someone else had sex on.
Yeah.
I probably had sex on those when they were at other people's houses. I got around in St. Louis.
God.
Yeah, I don't want a cat tower that other cats have fucked on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Everyone fucks on their cat tower too.
that's why I say get one. So the cats can
vibe.
do that.
It's the only way I can fuck.
That's
already
so
up there.
funny.
Yeah,
So
no-
I'm in Los Angeles with my mother. Oh wait, yeah. We wanted to know how you were searched on Facebook.
Oh,
Marketplace.
so I'm kind of looking for a few things. And so I have pinpoints that I can just go to. Okay, couches. And I look at the couches for the day. What else am
Wow,
I gonna-
fascinating. So you type in couches.
Yeah, just type in
God,
couch.
you really.
No, I don't even
I thought
type
it was
in.
more
It's
like a
already
Reddit.
in there.
I know, I did too. But
It's already in there. I
Oh,
don't
it's
even
already
have-
in there.
I don't even have to type it.
So
in.
when you go to the cursor, it just comes up as one of your
Comes up
past
as
search
one of my
things.
things. Yeah.
Oh, baby. Now, what are some things that normal people wouldn't know going on a Facebook Marketplace that you know? And you probably wouldn't even tell your secrets if you had them, but I don't think you have them.
Here's the thing about that.
What?
It's all about timing.
It means you got to be on it
You
24
gotta
hours
look at
and
it
neglect your
all
family.
the time.
My
And
mom
What are
is
you, a day
constantly.
trader?
Yeah. My mom is constantly on Facebook
Her
Marketplace.
Bitcoin is a love sack chair.
Yes.
No, it isn't.
She is
Andrew.
always. This is my mom, and my mom uses both hands to look at her phone. My mom just can't. Have you ever just scrolled your phone with one hand and
I
your thumb?
cannot do that.
She does this. and it's this close to her face, and she
On the
uses
pointer?
one hand to
pointer?
hold the phone and the other pointer finger to scroll, and then she scrolls like this, like she's just giving it a flick. It can never
You know
be.
what it feels like? The Price
always-
is Right. It's kind of fun. It's like a
Yeah.
It's like a
It's
wheel.
a game,
wheel.
Andrew. It's
She
like
always looks
I'm
like she's
gambling.
playing Fruit Ninja or Angry Birds.
I'm gambling.
And it's just scrolling on Twitter or something. She'll just go, and it's like, do you know that you can just go like this and like scroll it like that without
No,
lifting
I
up your finger? Because sometimes I'll go, Mom, you know, in your text where you search a word? Because
Yeah.
today she was trying to take a picture of my Starbucks order so she could remember, and I go, there's no point in you taking a picture of this. You're not going to be able
Right
to find
there.
it in your photos. I've watched you before. It's going to get buried. I'm going to send you photos. They're going to get sent photos of the kids, and they're going to get. You're not. I'm going to see you
Oh,
doing
boy.
this. Hold on, EJ. I gotta find this. I gotta find this damn order Nikki sent me. So then I taught her. I go. I'm going to text it
I
to
knew
you.
how to do that.
And that way you can look in your text.
Oh,
You know how to
boy.
search in your text, and I taught her how. And so I told her to go back to her text, and then you know how you pull down, pull down, and then a search
Yeah.
bar comes
No,
up.
we don't.
And she flicks. She's like, she can't just like. And you know how sometimes you could flick like how to go to your main screen, like you do this, and all these options come up.
What's
Yes.
that?
My mom uses her phone like a rotary. I mean, the flicking of
Yeah,
the fingers.
yeah.
Still mad
You know
about
what we
that.
should buy your mom? You know what they need to make? Little handles on the side, like when you play slots at the. They need those little things. You could pull a little trigger
Little
on the
handle,
side.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
a
you
little
would love
slot
that.
handle for you.
That's right.
My mom
be
played the
nice.
slots. She came to see me at a casino.
I didn't
a
even
couple
play
weeks
the
ago.
slots.
What'd you play? Craps?
No, I played roulette.
Oh,
But I
okay.
played for like an hour
Dad
and
tried to
45
convince
minutes.
me that he was like, you know, there was some sign about like no smoking weed. He's like, or there was something about weed, and he was like, they benefit from people smoking weed because they can't count cards. And I go, you think people are counting cards at
Nikki.
this shitty casino? No offense to the casino in Iowa, on the border of there's no one counting cards there. If there is, there's one person maybe every and. They look. No one.
That's
he
the
goes,
only person
"No,
winning."
I go, Dad. There is no gambling. Does not take skill. There's no skill to be had. It's
He thinks it does.
and he goes, no, there's
Craps.
skill. There's skill, and I'm like, there's not, or it wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
It is
There's
always.
a-
It's always about luck, Dad.
There's a stoner mathematician that's figuring out like airplanes and
Yeah,
like how
he
to
was
get
like-
to
He's
Jupiter.
one of the
He
few.
goes,
But
they
they can't count
definitely want people
jokers.
smoking weed around here so that they don't have to count the cards. And I'm just
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
anyone who's counting cards will know how to count cards stoned too. Like they're
Yes.
yes.
You can't
And-
go stoned or drunk to a casino.
Yeah, but he
Period.
goes, that's why they get drunk, so the people get stupid. And I go, no, they get them drunk so they get stupid and they spend more money, not so that
Exactly.
they can't
I
count
got more,
cards.
yeah,
My dad goes, it fucks up people's game. And I'm like, no, if I don't know how to play blackjack at all, I don't know the rules. I don't know. I know
Yeah.
it's like 21 and then you hit or you with the pass or whatever the fuck it is. I go up to a blackjack table. I used to feel so insecure not knowing. If you go there, the dealer will tell you what the best odds are to do. And then it all comes down to luck. I
They
know
don't
there's sometimes you
really.
can split it or whatever, but like other people at the table will always
Yeah,
help you.
people at the
because guess
table will
what?
tell you.
There is no skill to it. You do have to understand the game, but there's no like you don't have maybe geniuses have advantages, but the average Joe is not gonna have an advantage at blackjack or
What about Rain Man?
no. Well, he could probably count some cards pretty well.
Well, it
You
depends
think-
if he's stoned or not. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I played a lot of blackjack, and it depends.
Do you think
on-
it's skill?
There
There's
is some
some
skill
skill.
involved, and
Yeah.
there are a lot of rules.
Well, tell me
like-
why.
Because you
Okay,
got to know
well,
whether
one-
to hit on something. I mean,
Well,
and-
where
I
is
can tell
where's
you-
there a thing where you can tell me like I might make a mistake and you would know what to do?
Okay, there's a lot of different things. When to split certain numbers. So if you get 2 8s, right,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going against a 10, you don't want to split them. But if it's against a 6, you want to split them. Then you could double your bet.
Well,
and
isn't
then
the
you could
dealer
double
going to tell me that?
Maybe not. Sometimes you want to stay on certain things, and then
Isn't there
but
a
here's the
rule for
thing.
everything? There's always like this is the better option to make, and then everyone at the
Yes.
table knows that. So
No,
what,
but a
what
lot of
skill
people,
do I need?
because a lot of drunk fucking assholes will just go, "Oh, I'm going to stay on a 13 against a 10 because I just feel it," and then it ruins the whole flow of the table, and then everyone hates that person, and then everyone wants to fight that
That's
person, and that
crazy.
person ends up winning somehow, and now everyone hates them even more, and the whole vibe
I
is
guess
off.
it's the same as like betting on one of the green numbers on roulette, where it's like the odds of that.
it's black or red.
No,
No,
there's
there's a
one
green
You
green
mean
double
one.
the
zero.
zeros and the double zeros?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All right. Well,
But if you
let's
if
move
you,
on. Okay, wait. sorry. Tell me
Oh
one
no,
more thing.
just like blackjack. If okay, they have automatic shuffle, which is harder to count. But if it's just a single deck shuffle, if you see a lot of 10s at the beginning, the more 10s in the deck, the better it is for you as the player.
Okay.
That's all I know. So like, let's say you're playing a single deck, you see a lot of 10s up top, then you know not to bet as much at the end because there's less.
Because you're
10s.
going to get lower numbers. Oh yeah, but there might be 9s. There's 4 9s in there, and 8s are very close to 10 too. I don't.
Let me have this. I felt like
I'll
a
let
genius.
you have it because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I do think that if there was a way to have an advantage over casinos, people would figure it out, and then casinos would make money. But that's never going to happen. Casinos make so much money because there is no way. The dealer always has the advantage. The house has the advantage,
That's
right?
true.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it's not fun and that you can't still win.
It's so fun.
I mean, someone in Altadena out here won $2 billion and hasn't claimed it yet. There is a ticket out here for the mega millions, the mega billions at this point.
Are you sure it's not MAGA?
Oh my God. My mom said earlier, she was talking about Trump and she was like, I think he's out because you know what? His people.
I didn't not
He had
sound
all
like
these
that.
people and the megas and I go, megas, and she goes, the megas. They're voting out the megas did not. A lot of his megas didn't, and I go,
What, make
it's
elephants great again?
That's exactly what he is.
Don't insult elephants like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't. Hey, no,
I go,
they've always been cool.
MAGA.
They've al-
And she goes, and I go, it's make America great again. And she goes, okay. So you've been saying mega? Do you and Dad say mega?
Mega.
Well, someone won $2 billion,
Make-
and my mom wrote to me and goes, you didn't by chance buy a ticket in Altadena, did you? The other day.
That
you're
does say
the
a
only
lot
person-
about like what she thinks about you. Like you would buy it and not check it. Like you would win $2 billion and just like
Yeah.
you're
Well-
too disorganized, Nick. You don't
And I
even
go,
know when you win
what would
$2 billion.
you do with $2 billion like that? Your life isn't. You would
I would
still look
give
for cat
away-
towers that are half price. You would still.
She'd
Yeah,
eat-
you
she'd
did
drink
say your
Poland
life-
Springs.
Your life really wouldn't change that much. You would be able to cut off all your family.
I could cut them off so fast.
You'd have to. You gotta go into obscurity.
No, I'd
You
give
call
them
your
time to
mom,
get
it's wrong
away.
Yeah,
number.
no, you would give them stuff.
Here, go away.
What'd you say, Andrew?
You call your mom and do not disturb. It's like wrong number. She's like,
My mom
like,
said she would give it away, and I
Give
gotta
it
be
away.
honest, I don't believe you.
Oh my God, I would love to do that.
Really?
Who needs even $5 million?
No
I mean,
one.
no.
Really? No.
I mean, I could
Too
use
much
5
money.
million, maybe 20. I would. Who knows? But $1 billion.
$1 billion. Do you know how many? Okay. Do you know how many seconds are in 1
You told
million?
me this, and I should have paid attention.
No, it's okay. It's like 12 days is 1 million seconds.
It's
And do you know how many seconds are for how long is a billion seconds?
No.
36 years. That's the
mean,
difference
that's-
between 1 million and 1 billion. People think it's insane. We got to go to break, but we'll be back with more interesting stats after this.
"This is so fun."
All right, we're back. My mom is overheated. Get that sweater off your lap. Oh wait, you're not on. Your stomach's not on camera.
Yes,
or maybe
it
it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well,
Hold on. Let's hide it.
let's hide you.
There.
My mom is freaking hilarious. Last night yesterday we taped a show that was so
What show
fun.
did you tape? Can you say or no?
Why can't?
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I assume. Yeah, it's a show for E where we play. We're not gonna say who's on it though.
Okay.
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 You want to talk in the microphone instead of?
Yeah. Okay. It's
so-
hard. I have to hold it. So do
Yeah,
you.
it's so old.
We're all-
Yeah, hold.
Yeah, I gotta hold it. So it was a show for E, and they asked us back. E wanted us back in the. If you haven't heard, my show is not coming back. I haven't officially announced that. Maybe on the show, I think I've mentioned it, but it's not coming back. My Welcome Home, Nikki Glaser. Not enough people watched it. I know besties watched it, but you know. It just didn't. It's okay though. I'm totally fine about it. I was. I already knew it was going to get canceled before it got picked up because nothing lasts forever. Everything will be canceled. You, your parents, your kids, everything will die. Everything dies someday. What? Yeah, I know.
I hate
In your mom's
this
face.
is such a downer. This-
So like anytime anything happens, don't get excited about it because it will be taken from you. That's the way I live my life.
Your
okay,
mom slowly looked at you like a golden retriever, like finding out it's gonna get put down. down. Like that's what
I know. Well, we're gonna take you to a farm up
You're
in the
gonna put
sky.
me down. You are probably gonna put me down.
Yeah, I am.
Actually,
Because
I want
you're
you
purebred,
to.
and I don't want your lineage to continue. And you have. Sorry to people.
Wow, I kind of like that.
I kind of like that.
I do have a problem that everyone in this goddamn town has a purebred dog. Everyone has a golden
God,
doodle.
I saw mutts. I've seen
really?
mutts. I saw one
Okay,
today.
good. They
Is
all have these golden doodles
purebred,
with like
though? Golden doodles a mix.
they're
A
well,
rich
they're
mix.
breeded.
Breeded.
They're breeded. And I love the dog itself, but people just go, I just wanted hypoallergenic. It's like, that doesn't even mean anything. That was just a term that people came up with. And
wanted
I
to
know
be
I'm going
able
to get
to
people
sneeze on
writing
it.
me being
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no, my dog actually does prevent my allergies.
I just want someone to think that they could blow their nose on their dog. That's what that means.
They do look like people have snotted all over them.
Yeah, they do.
I don't get why they're so cute. Everyone thinks they're so cute. No offense to everyone I know who has one of those golden doodles.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that cute.
I don't either. I'm over that whole cuteness.
I think there are so many more cute rescue animals that I see that I
Yeah.
post on my Instagram story. These little dogs with sad eyes that have been through some shit.
Right.
These golden doodles are just like, and my life has been perfect from the get go. And they're just they all have too much energy. People who get them go like, oh, my life is hell. Like I want a dog that's been through like scarred, like who's seen
That
war.
if you just lift your hand, they run.
and then they go to the corner and they
Yeah.
shake.
We-
Yeah,
Golden
that's what I
doodles
want.
look like toy dogs that were wound up, and then they took the wound off, and they just went fucking nuts. They don't look real to me. They seem fake, like a stuffed animal.
Yes,
Kinda.
they do. And I
You
think
know?
that's what people like about them. But I'm sorry, and I'm going to lose listeners on this. I'm sorry. And you probably don't think my dog is cute. I don't think they're cute. There are some dogs, and I've said this before, dogs with human eyes, dogs with big bulldogs. I love all animals. You guys know that I don't eat them. But like, I don't think bulldogs are cute. I never have.
Which kind? American
where their
or English?
eyes start
English.
to droop and you can see underneath their eye. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like it droops so low that the lid like comes under and you can see like this, like, you know, when you pull your eye down because you have something caught in it, their eyelids always have these pockets underneath that are exposed.
wow.
Yeah, if that was a human being, it would be on hospice. Like we you know what I mean? Like these dogs are walking around looking very sick.
I know this is controversial. I don't think bulldogs are cute. There was this guy I was like kind of seeing, and he got a bulldog that had like blue eyes, and I was like, I can't lie. I was like, I remember being like, he's so cute, and his dog makes me physically ill when I see it come up
Because it looks like a human.
Sometimes I will
with a,
just see what this guy's up to on Instagram, and I'll see his ugly dog, and I'll go, "Oh, good! I'm so glad." It's an ugly dog for an ugly person.
Well, you just know that.
But you know what? I would probably get a bulldog and love it. So I just want to say, I don't need my dog to be cute to own it.
You just don't
but
want
I
to have
don't
better
think-
eyes than you.
This is the thing. People think that something not being cute means it doesn't deserve to live or it doesn't deserve love. Like it's some kind of like if someone thought my dog wasn't cute, I really don't care. It doesn't mean that it's any less lovable or sweet. It doesn't matter if I think your dog is cute, but I don't think a lot of dogs are cute. I think they're just as gross as like a cockroach. But I don't kill cockroaches.
God.
Does that make sense?
Well,
are there any
no.
dogs you don't think are cute? I'm trying to dig myself out of this.
Kind of, well, and I'm in the same camp. Those over cute dogs. It's like, okay, we get it. They're cute. You know, that it's like, oh, look at me. I have the cutest dog.
Yeah, people.
I know people.
It's a
That's
nice
not why you get a
purse.
dog
It's
to
an
have
accessory.
the cutest dog.
Yeah.
You get it
It's
so
totally
that
But
you
here's the
can
thing:
have a
you
dog.
guys you're all like you're on one side of like, so you need run in the mill dog. You don't want a bulldog's too ugly. A golden doodle's
I'll
too
take a
cute.
bulldog. No, I'll take an
No,
ugly
I-
dog.
I like
but I'm just
rescue
saying they're
dogs.
ugly. And don't tell me your dog. I will not go. Your dog is so cute. It's not cute. It
I have
has
a hot
human
take.
eyes. But some people do
I
think they're
think-
cute. It's a matter of opinion. But just because I just want to tell people, if you have a bulldog and I don't think your dog is cute, it doesn't mean I don't think your dog is awesome.
And that you don't think they're cute.
Yeah, and that you're probably not too cute either. But
probably
that
not
doesn't
cute.
mean that you don't deserve love and that you aren't cool and like better than like.
Yeah.
I'm exploring this thing in my set right now where if you say someone's ugly, like unequivocally, like this person's not cute, this person's not attractive, you get O's like, oh, that's so mean. And it's like, why is that a judgment on their? It doesn't mean it's just a fact. Some people are not attractive, but you can't say
Don't
that.
look at me like that.
It's just I didn't know how to end the sentence, and then I looked at you and I knew exactly where I was going.
Oh my God.
Some people
Get it.
But it's so funny because we live in a society where if you're attractive, it means you're good. Which it doesn't mean that at all. As you know, many attractive people are not good, but we live in a society where if you're ugly, it means you're bad. If you're attractive, it means you're good. And it's like, where did that get lined up? Because I should be able to say that someone is ugly and not have people go, oh, that's so mean. No,
Well,
it's just a fact. It's like saying they're poor. It's like saying they're
just
bad
hurts
at
people's-
rugby.
it hurts
Why
people's
though?
feelings.
But that's what I'm saying. I would be hurt too, but I'm saying we got to take away the moral the moral levity of your looks. Like, why does that mean? It doesn't mean you're a bad person.
It's just about people's feelings.
Well, because looks matter so much. I just read this article that said hot girls get better grades across the board, high school,
Better grades?
college. They get better grades, but during Zoom, their grades stabilize to the same as everyone else's
Because the filters.
because the professors couldn't smell their pussies. I don't know. Their pheromones weren't coming out. But
We had a teacher make the hot girl sit in the front row with
But that's
skirts
what I'm
on.
talking about. That's why we think attractive is good, because you get rewarded for being attractive. You get good things, and so when someone calls you ugly, you go, well, that means I'm not going to get all these advantages. And there's just this.
It's true.
You should be able to call someone ugly. I hope we get to a place where someone can go, I'm ugly, and everyone goes, no, you're not. It's like, why is it bad that I'm ugly? Why? I was just born this way. I didn't choose it.
I feel like with entertainment too, there's always like room for one ugly person, and everyone's like, "Wow, let's champion them." And it's like, "What about the second ugly person?" They're like, "Whoa, that's too much ugly." Like, there's always room.
Same with fat and ugly. We have like one ugly woman maybe who gets to work, and we have like 4 fat women in entertainment, and that is it.
And
Ugly
everyone's like,
men,
wow.
there's probably like 50 that work because there's like character actors, but there's and there's maybe like 4 fat men and then a lot of them they just make them wear fat suits, but you're right. There's always a threshold of like how
Can this
many
good-looking guy gain weight for the role and still be, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, if
he
we
put
took
on
away-
300 pounds to play the role that this other 40 other people could
What
have
about
played.
the Brendan Fraser is now like getting critical acclaim for The Whale, playing a 400-pound gay man, and it's like they could have found one of those. They're all over the place.
Give that guy a chance.
Give that 400-pound gay guy a chance.
He's got no chances in life, and that would have been it.
Well,
Isn't it different,
Brendan Fraser.
Sorry, I have a question though, because isn't it different if I call myself ugly versus someone else calling me ugly?
Yeah, but I'm saying that ugly shouldn't mean anything either way. You should. When I call myself ugly or I say, "Oh, I look old," people, they want to go, "No, you're not." But that tells me that there's something wrong with being those things. What's wrong with being ugly? What's wrong with being old? The problem is that there's nothing really inherently wrong with either of those things. It doesn't change the person you are. It doesn't change what you're capable of. It doesn't change your intelligence. It doesn't change any of these things. What it changes is how people treat you. And if we lived in a society where everyone was treated the same way, but we're not, because biologically we're attracted to things that we want to fuck, and we want to give people things that we want to fuck. But it doesn't, I think that we just have looks and character mixed up. And so there's something evil about being ugly, where it's really just as subjective as your skin color or your hair color or the coarseness of your hair. It's really just that much of a different, or saying that some people are more intelligent than other people. It's just there's a value placed
hierarchy?
upon intelligence when really there shouldn't be. It's either, because you can't choose how intelligent you are. You either are or you aren't, and it should just be black and white. You know what I'm saying? Does any of this make sense?
Intelligence? You can make yourself more intelligent.
No, you can't. You're kind of born with. I mean, you
You
can
can
read
learn
about
more
things. You can
things.
learn
You can
more,
be more
but you can't
knowledgeable.
change.
Yeah,
There
you
are
can be
people-
more knowledgeable.
But if someone's born with learning disabilities and a low
different.
IQ, let's say, it doesn't make them a worse person than someone who's born really smart. But we as a society put that meaning on it. It's just as different as like a blonde person and a person with brown hair. That's the difference there. But for some reason, we don't put morality on those things. We don't put morality on. We pretty much put morality on everything.
But people that are smarter make more money. People that are better looking make more money.
Yes,
it's
but
all
it doesn't
about money.
change
it's
if
about
you're
greed.
a good person or not, or like the type of person you are. And that's what we put on it, is like that person is somehow a bad person. You're bad if you're fat. You're bad if you're ugly. You're bad if you're not intelligent. Those things, it's not true. I mean, people with Down syndrome are definitely less intelligent than the rest of us, and they are probably 100 times better than the rest of us in terms of like actual morals.
So what would you want to see? What do you want to see from this?
I would like to see a world, which it will never happen, where people are judged for their character, and not the color of their skin. What am I, Martin Luther King? Not the color of their skin, not how fat they are, not how intelligent they are. We
but
celebrate
what do they get
intelligence,
from it other than? But like in the world you're talking about, just be nicer to those people. Just treat
don't
them
give girls
just
with
as
that are
good
hotter better grades. I wish that, but these are all things that are subconscious. You can't help. Don't hold doors for people that you want to fuck, and not for people you don't want to fuck. Don't treat homeless people different than you would a person with a lot of money. But we can't stop doing that because it's all subconscious.
I think you're over exaggerating on the fucking people.
No, that is what it's about. It's biological.
Bottom line.
Yeah, it's like you're not being nicer to people because you want to fuck them, but you're
Exactly.
nicer to beautiful people probably because nicer people that nicer people have more things in the world. You want access to the things they might be able to give you. And the reason they get more things in this world is because they are fuckable, and because, people who generally have most of the power, men, want to have sex with them, and so they get more things. I know I'm nicer to people sometimes without even knowing it subconsciously, because they're a pretty girl and I'm intimidated, and I'm like, oh, maybe if she likes me, people will think I'm a pretty girl, and then I'll get more things. It's like we're all driven to these things. No?
I don't know about that. I really don't. I mean, I'm as nice to a person who isn't as beautiful as the next person.
I agree that you are, but subconsciously, I think I
don't want to fuck either one of those girls.
I also think there's a difference.
I really
think there's
don't.
a difference between like someone that's ugly and then
I can't believe I'm saying that.
someone that's ugly that's also an ugly person. Like, I don't know, like I'm more drawn to, even if you are ugly, if you present yourself well and you're nice and you're whatever, like you don't pay attention to the ugliness, and I'm just as nice to that person. I feel, I don't know. I think
look at
comes
the
with the
studies
person.
for ugly people. I mean, there have been studies done where they, like I said, girls that are attractive get better grades across the board. And I bet you anything professors don't think that they favor girls that are more attractive, but they do. It's subconscious. We reward people in society that we think have more money, have more power,
It's like
more
with men.
influence.
With men, we reward bigger men, like taller men get rewarded.
You get a little bit more nervous if you got into an elevator with a bunch of guys that were hot and tall and looked like basketball players. You would get a little bit more, you would start doing this with your fingers and get a little bit more nervous than if it was a bunch of guys that looked like the bridge man that murdered those two girls dressed in like a weird cap and like, same with me. If I get into an elevator of really super hot models, I would be a little bit more nervous and like, I hope they like me, and like maybe stand up straighter than I would if it was just a bunch of old women. We adjust. You don't think you do, Mom?
I maybe unconsciously, maybe I do, but
I see you get more nervous if you have
I feel like
there are
better
people that
looking-
coming over the house that have a lot of money or like are like these like hoity-toity women. You get a little bit more nervous about what they think of your house than just an average person.
Maybe.
So there we go. I rest my case. My mom last night speaking of rich, fantastic women, my mom last night we did this show yesterday. And my mom was so funny on it. It was on Zoom.
Thanks, Nikki.
It's called Celebrity Game Face. And it was so fun. We laughed all day long. It was a long shoot, but
we were laughing our butts
We were
off.
on
with
Zoom
Kevin
and we
Hart?
got to Kevin Hart hosts it.
Nice.
And he was on with and it was like two other celebrities and then their like friends or like people that they brought. So it was like two huge celebrities that I'm not going to say, and their friends, and then my mom and me and then Kevin Hart. And I don't know when it'll air, but it was so freaking funny. Anything you want to say about it?
I was crying. It was embarrassing.
She was crying. She had tissues because she was laughing
Like
so
I
hard.
had
Sad
these
or
raggedy
laughing?
tissues, crying, laughing so hard.
It was just giggle
It was so
fest.
fun.
It was so fun.
It was so fun.
And you play a bunch of games. It was like a show that was created during COVID to just make entertainment with celebrities at their home. But now it's just continued on because it's just so fun. And we just had the best time. And then I went and did a photo shoot that my guy that shoots for Wilco. I met him at a Wilco music festival. And then he was like, I should shoot you sometime. And I was like, it'd be awesome. And then he saw that I was in LA. And so we went over there. I just brought a huge thing of clothes to this like abandoned house
It was
that he
cool.
rented. And then he was so good. I didn't even know what he was capable of. I got like shots. Did you see the Jennifer Aniston shots that came out yesterday? And like
Yeah.
those, it was like those. I mean, it's not like as sexy, but he was just really,
He was in touch with that camera.
and he was so good.
He
Like,
knew what to do.
With
there's
direction.
so many. Yes, there's so. You've
Yeah.
been to photo shoots, Andrew, and we've done stuff like that where it's like they'll just start taking photos of you and just expect you to know what to do. And it's
Yeah.
like you're not.
Doesn't
I'm not a
feel- yeah.
model, and I don't know what my angles are. Most people don't, but he was like. So there was one
Like,
where I
what
was
would an
doing
ugly
where,
person do?
yeah.
Treat me like I'm ugly.
And he's like, "You're not ugly." And I'm like, I should be allowed to be. It's okay. It doesn't mean anything about myself.
All right, you got an A.
I had this like sweater on. I didn't have many clothes because I'm staying here, so I didn't have like a great wardrobe to pick from. But I had this like really bulky sweater that was almost like a robe, like a long sweater. And I was like, I'll just wear like nothing underneath this. And so it was kind of sexy and like kind of cute. And then I realized because I'm so uncomfortable being sexy that I was making a sexy face to just try to get me into feeling sexy. And he's like, the thing about these photos is like when you take a photo where you're wearing like where it's a sexy photo where you're wearing something sexual, make your face unsexy because otherwise it looks pornographic because it's like it's sex on sex. But if
Yeah,
you just look
bulldog it.
bored
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like just like wistful or listless, it is a cooler look because you're already doing the sex with your body. And I would have never known that because I was always trying to like be in the mode that I'm trying to feel. And he
Yeah.
was like, you know, if you're comfortable with your hands and everything, it's going to look comfortable. And I've never known that. Every time I get photos, they're like, raise your chin, straighten your back, look up. And I'm always like, this is never how I would stand. And it's just
Yeah.
always, so he was just so good. And,
God, and you were so good. It was like watching a professional model.
well, that is nice of you. But
Honestly, I was like, wow.
what were you impressed by? I'm really curious.
Just the way you were moving and you were like so
Yeah,
natural.
you know
and I
how
was
to
like,
move for the
wow.
camera. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and Nikki's
second what
very
Julie says.
photogenic.
I'm not
Yes.
telegenic, but I'm not photogenic.
Okay, whatever
Photos
that
are
is.
hard for me. And did you notice when you said I was photogenic, he did not co-sign on that?
Who?
He did too.
The photographer.
Oh,
He was
I
like,
thought you were
Nikki's
saying-
very beautiful. He said all these nice things, and then my mom goes, she is photogenic. She just is. And he was just silent. And I was like, I'm telegenic. And then my mom goes, what the hell is that? And I go, I'm good on motion picture. I'm like, I look better than I do in person when the camera's moving and I'm on video. But photogenic, I'm like, I got 40% chance of looking good in a shot. Whereas my friends that are models, 100% chance of looking good when they're photographed. Lauren is photogenic. Lauren, my sister, she's
photogenic
batting at like
also.
she's
I feel like
90% hot in pictures.
I feel like we're similar in photos where it's like there's like a big window, like
No,
either we're a
you've got
9
90.
or 10.
You're a 90.
You think?
Yeah,
but there's
you are like my
sometimes where
sister.
I'm like this and I'm like a 4. Like I feel like there's we have a big
Even like
a
candid
window.
photos of you look good. Like you're someone whose face just captures real well in still
thank
image.
you.
Where I look like the cucumber from Veggie Tales and like, but drunk in most
know. I
photos.
feel like I
the
look
other
like
day
a
I was
old pickle
cyberbullying myself.
sometimes.
Because I just hated these photos of me this past weekend, and I looked like the cucumber from Veggie Tales. And it was one time in high school, Kirsten was like, there was this picture of me, and I go, I hate it. I look like a cucumber. And she laughed so hard that it confirmed that I did indeed look like a cucumber. And so the other day I felt like this picture looked like a cucumber. And I've put on some weight recently, which I'm just struggling to be acquainted with. And so I started just drawing cucumber, like outlining myself and writing cucumber and then sending it on our group chat. And I was just cyberbullying myself for like a good 20 minutes. And it felt so good to just be
Oh,
like
okay.
old. And I circled places on my face. I was just really mean to myself.
And why did it feel good?
Because I just got to
saying
say
you
what
are not.
No, I
But
hate
this
when
is like
people
the
do that.
thing.
I
This
said,
is the
don't say
crutch.
anything to me.
This is the
about
crutch,
it. I just
crutch
need
of
to
it
say
all,
it.
though, is you want people to be
The crutch
nicer
of it
to
all?
ugly people. And then if you feel ugly, you're so mean to yourself. So then why
Yeah,
don't you
because
show
I
love
hate
to yourself?
society. I hate that society values beautiful people, and I have to.
But
I
you're
have
valuing
to
yourself
fit
based off of it. So like
because that's
so
what
it starts
society
with
tells
you.
me to. So
Yeah.
I get
No, I
it
know.
though. I wish I valued the way I look.
I do the
but
same thing. I'm not saying
I grew
that
up
it's
with a mother
hypocritical. I'm
who
just-
says I'm disgusting every day of her life. Get out of here. What? You said disgusting about yourself 3 times yesterday. When we were
did?
talking, she's like, I go, look at
I
your.
did.
I had cleavage showing for the show, and she was like, you got some cleavage going. And I was like, I like it. I'm
boy.
doing it. And I go, you got some boobs happening too. And she's like, because I'm fat. When you lift
what
gain
happens.
weight, they go right to your boobs.
It
It's
goes right to the
disgusting.
boobs.
And I go, most people like having boobs.
Getting a
And she was
boob
like,
reduction.
I'm
not even
my
getting
mom has
lipo for other
Bs,
stuff.
and she wants a boob reduction. She just doesn't want it anymore.
Gotta talk to EJ about that.
And she goes,
I don't know.
any woman
He doesn't
who is
care.
postmenopausal, you tell me if they want more boobs. No, they do not.
No, they do not.
When
Was there ever
you
a
get
point in
older,
your
why
life
do you
that you
hate?
did want good boobs?
No, I used to have good boobs.
I mean, like, but did you like when
They
you
were
had good
small, and it was like, yes, I like that.
and now they're just too
now they're
big?
just fat boobs. So ask any woman who's gained weight in their 60s.
Yeah.
They'll tell you the same thing. They'll go,
just
don't-
on the boobs. It's not fun.
on the boobs. It's
I
not,
can't wait to
it's
get those
just-
Mrs. Doubtfire titties.
Yeah.
just those
Yes, you can.
sagged. But I guess it would be a lot of weight up there. Are they weighted?
I don't want to talk about them.
Okay.
too much,
Okay.
but,
Well, you know what we should talk about is last night. After my photo shoot, we went home for like a couple hours, and then we were out all freaking day. 10 a.m. we got picked up for the show. We taped that until 3. At 4 o'clock we had the photo shoot till 6, and then we got home, and then I had to go do sets last night at 8:30, and we went to the Comedy Store, and I go on stage. And my mom is already swept up in conversation with Adam Ray, Andrew Santino. She's in the back.
my new besties.
New besties. And
These
I
guys,
walk on stage.
They were so cute. As soon as Santini. Is his name?
Santini. The great Santini.
The great Santini.
Yeah.
I love those islands in the Greek islands.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he came in. We walked in and he was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "Oh, my
Yeah, he was
God."
very excited to see my mom.
It was really cute. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Do we
He's
know each
awesome.
other?"
No, I love him so much.
No, he's really.
Yeah, and
that's
then-
why he was all over me because he loves Nikki so
Yeah,
much.
he wanted to see where it came from.
Yeah.
And
he
then
did.
Fortune Feemster was there. And then so I go, he saw those big old 60
Yeah,
he saw where
the tits
knockers.
came from.
The
63.
63-year-olds.
63. So then I go on stage and I come off stage and my mom is deep in a fun, loving conversation with Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany!
And then Chris texts me like, hey, I'm out front. He was at work. He was going to pick us up. And then I had to go do another set. And he goes, I'm out front. And I go, my mom is embroiled in a conversation with Tiffany Haddish. I can't pull her away.
Oh, that was nice of
And
you.
so I let it go on for another like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
they were
we
talking
had a lot
talking
to
about?
catch up on. She's got a lot going on.
And who started the
she
conversation? You or Tiffany?
Yeah. How did it start?
Well, we were talking about. We were sitting there talking. I said hi, and she's like, "Hi, hey, girl." And so she sits down next to me, and we were talking about. Somebody said to her, I think it was Santini, the great Santini,
Andrew Santino.
Yes, the magician.
the great Santino. I think he said to her. I think it was Harlan who said.
Harlan Williams.
Harlan Williams.
So he went off. He was on stage, and then he brought me on stage, and so we switched,
Okay.
and he walked into the green room. And
So he says, Tiffany, is something about, she said something about a garden, that she has a garden. And he said, are you a vegan? And she said, no. And then we started talking about it. And she said, I said, that's so funny. The whole way here, my daughter and I were talking, Nikki, we're talking about veganism and how I kind of want to do it. It's going to be really difficult. And she said, girl, I wouldn't be vegan. She said, it's too hard. But I said, what about this garden? She said, but anyway, she's opening a grocery store in LA in some desperate place that is not doing well. What do they call those places that are desert
Like food deserts.
And where her parents met is an old bank, but she's turning it into a grocery store where she's going to have cooking lessons for, people and that just have never learned to cook, and for her folks in her neighborhood that she loved.
yeah,
and
she said black people don't cook.
she
right?
said black people don't cook. She said my friend, she takes her son to Burger King every day, and that's their quality time. She said, think about if you could teach him to cook and sit down and cook a meal with him and eat it. But we went into all these different things about. She wants to do this for her community. She wants to. She bought all this property. She's working with all these farms, and she bought a big, huge plot that she's going to have her
She
own.
looked great.
Yeah,
She's wearing this like cool white jumpsuit, and like
she's
her
all
hair
about
is like
health now.
dyed bleached.
Yeah.
and she's got, you know how she like shaved it, so it's kind of grown in a little bit, and she looked so freaking cute. She's so
Yes.
beautiful. I saw her, and after she was talking to my mom, I was like, oh, we got to get a picture of you two. I go, my mom was so excited to see you tonight. This is a true dream for her. And they took a cute little picture, and then
She's cute.
and then I was like, we were talking about, I forget, and I go, do you own a house here? Do you own? Which of course she does. She's a rich person. And she was like, oh, yeah, I own houses. And I was like, okay. Yeah.
To the point.
How does everyone have a fucking, like, everyone is so rich.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were on this thing with a celebrity, and he was, I knew he was like well-to-do. He was at his bowling alley. That's what was the
In his
backdrop.
house.
And I'm staying at an Airbnb that honestly is breaking my bank to stay here for 6 weeks. It's costing me close to $10,000, which I think is too much to pay on an Airbnb. And it's a small 2-bedroom, very small. And I'm like, I'm a celebrity. I'm doing well. How do I not have these things?
Why don't you have a bowling alley?
This guy is worth, we looked up his
Yeah.
net worth, is worth $17 million. But still, like, I just am
And
like,
he's
how do
really
people,
young.
Yes. How do people have this much money? And like, my friend just bought a house that was $38 million. You guys,
I
it was her second.
No,
it was her
that's a
third
different
home.
story.
Her
I
third
just
home.
don't get it.
That's a different story.
I don't
Yeah,
even
that's
want those
just-
things, but like, since when did houses start costing $38 million?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it
these
used to
are
be like that
estates.
house costs $1 million. I think in the past 10 years, millions has become, it doesn't even mean anything. Having $1 million means
Oh, $1 million is nothing anymore.
How does that happen?
It's just awful.
It's so like,
Yeah.
and there are some people that the disparity between some people are so fucking broke, and then there are other people that are. This is the problem with the nation. But
Well,
I just
it's
feel
not-
like you have no money or you have all money.
Yeah. I
You're
mean,
either
someone
a
just say,
bulldog or you're a golden doodle.
or you're
yeah.
a labradoodle. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
no,
one or
I
the
mean, $1
other.
million used to mean
Middle class
huge.
is-
I know,
It's
and I
getting
just gotta
smaller and smaller.
buy a place. I think I don't know.
I mean, you got to jump in the real estate game.
I don't.
I would
why do I
wait-
have
I'd
to?
wait a few
Can't I
months.
just crawl into
I
it?
wouldn't
Why
do
I have
it
to
right this
jump
second,
into it? I was like, you got to get in the mix. I just, I'm like, can I tiptoe in?
once you own something, it just doubles in price. It's like
No, it does. And that's what everyone
almost
thinks.
Andrew.
Well, Andrew
out here.
Andrew lost a lot of money on a condo back
Yeah,
in the
I'll
day.
tell you what. I lost 80%, and I was in real estate.
How
on
did
my-
you do? Well, Andrew, what did you do? Was it
So what I did is I bought at the top, and then I
Right.
sold at the bottom because I couldn't afford the payments. So
Oh.
that was cool, you know. But no, everything doubles.
it just doubles? It basically does. I mean, if you it's
over a
No, I
certain
think-
period of time, over like 10
Yeah, I would
years
wait
or
a little
something.
bit before you're.
yeah,
Also,
no,
I think,
I'm saying 10 years. But some are much shorter than that. You know, Noah, you bought a beautiful home, and I think you bought at the right time.
Oh,
You're gonna
right
do
before
great.
those interest rates went up.
Yeah, whew.
But
Jeez, it's night
knowing
and
me,
days.
I've never done anything at the right time in my life. There's never been once where anyone
That's not
goes,
true.
wow, you really got in there. No, not when it comes to financial, like things. I've never
Gotta get an
once
advisor.
gotten a deal on something. I do have one. He's probably listening right now. I've never once
Listen
made
up.
a sound financial decision that was like, wow, you got in at I always get there right after the sale has ended. on a store, I get a promo code and it won't work, and so then I can't. You never text it. It goes save 15% on your first order from this cashmere place, and you type in the thing, and it shoots you a text, and then you copy the text and you put it in. And it goes, this code is not. This does not
You
work. And
just
you're like,
missed
well, what
it.
did I do
Yeah.
wrong? And then I end up
Yeah.
just going, I'll pay the extra 15%. I've never done anything right financially.
Are you listening? To
And I'm
anybody?
scared of you. Like, you guys got your house and you won't leave it. You don't want to ever
What?
leave. I'm scared that if I get a house, it's
you
just
get
too
stuck.
permanent. I don't want
Yeah.
to
Oh, I
get
see.
married.
You can rent it
I
out,
don't want
though,
to
in
get a
LA.
house. I don't want to buy any. I just don't want permanent. I don't want to sign up for anything forever. I just don't get that
But
people
the
are
idea
so
is, if you
into
bought in
forever.
LA, you could rent. Like if you bought in the hills or something, you could.
Then I gotta
short-term
rent it out. I gotta
But then you gotta deal
make
with
it look
that.
nice.
Yeah.
And every week I gotta have
Yeah.
someone come in there and change out the sheets. And I gotta deal with the cabinets
like, you
broken
would do
on
like
the
a
third
long
cabinet
time.
above the stove. Then and then people go, no, you'd have some guy fix that. Well, then I gotta call the guy.
Call
and I
that
gotta
guy.
go, the cabinet's broken on the third stove. And then I gotta make sure, okay, someone's gonna be there to let you in at this time.
That's
and
called
people
property
go, No, Nikki,
management.
there's people that you can do that for you. Well, then I gotta hire those people. So I'm at the bottom of all of this. There are people go, Nikki, you hire people to do that. I don't want to hire. I don't even want to talk to. That's the thing.
No, I get that.
I'm just.
You don't want to commit.
Ooh, it stresses me out, and
Yeah.
this is a
Like
Forget
then
it.
you
Forget
hire
that.
someone. You hired that one person to deal with 30 things.
But then I
So-
feel like I'm getting fucked because if I don't manage what
Then you're
they're
not
doing, then they
micromanaging.
start charging me more because they go, oh, I'm working hourly for her, and then they don't. If I'm not checking up on what are these hours really actually
Right.
compute,
Why does your whole
then I'm
family
getting
live in my
fucked on the
house?
back end of
Yeah.
that. I get fucked on everything. I really because I don't look at my own books. This is why I need a husband, but I'm scared of marriage because I don't want to fucking commit to that. So I just need.
You could rent him out.
I want a rental.
A rental
I want
husband.
someone to property manage my husband manage.
Yeah, buy your
All
husband
right.
and then lease him out. Airbnb.
That actually is like,
Boyfriend in.
sounds pretty sexy to
booty.
me. Okay, we'll be right back right after this. Alrighty. I don't know why I'm doing that voice. Wait, I'm supposed to be talking up here. All right, we're back.
Are you supposed to talk up there?
Yeah, this is bad for my voice to talk like this.
Oh.
And this is really good for my voice to talk like this and like
You
louder.
would think it'd be the opposite.
You
almost.
would think it's the opposite, but this is better for my voice because my chords hit like flat. They hit the whole chord hits together. And when I'm talking like this, it's just the middle part goes like,
So
and then
is
that's where
everyone
nodes build.
supposed to talk up here?
Not like I know how to do it because I've been voice trained. So it's like you are. It's not
are
like
you
up
supposed
here.
to talk higher?
No, it's like loud and like clear. Like the
Oh,
sound is
boy.
going like an arch out of your body as opposed to like growl, low growl. All I hear everywhere, by the way, is how fucked up people's voices are now.
Oh,
I can
everybody's
hear it.
telling it.
I'm so obsessed
Oh.
with people's voices now.
What about
When they-
mine?
No, yours is good.
Totally.
No, yours is good.
So bad.
No, it's not. See, this is with my mom.
have an interesting
Is there
voice.
anything, Mom, that you think is good about you?
I mean, you got your voice fixed because it was like
No,
this.
my voice is still gravelly. I still have a grit to it, which I like.
I think it's just hereditary, and just deal with it.
That's what you used to. When I used to tell my mom I was ugly when I was a kid, and be like, "I'm so ugly,"
Oh.
she'd go, "You just deal with it."
I
That's not what I want to hear. I go, "I'm fat and I'm ugly and I
I
have zits," and you
never
go,
said-
"You
I'm sure it
be happy
started,
with
though,
what God gave you. You
In
just
her defense,
shut
it
up."
probably,
never
it
say
probably
that.
started
Shut
with her
up.
going, "You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful, Nick." and then
No,
eventually
no.
she's just like, "What the fuck? Just
My
I
mom
don't care."
didn't fill my head with lies about being beautiful when I wasn't. My dad did. My dad would always be
I
like,
would
"You
never
are so
say
beautiful.
you're
And I go,
ugly. I would
You didn't
never
say I was ugly, but you weren't. I would have been furious if you would have gotten on the "you're beautiful" bandwagon when I was a buck-toothed, like pimply, frizzy-haired girl that no boys liked. I'm like, Dad, you're the only person who finds me sexually attractive in this whole
Sexually.
Well, he's like, "You're so beautiful. I can't get over it. God, you're beautiful." And I would just be like, "I'm eating tomato soup and trying to eat this grilled cheese. Stop staring at me and fucking gazing at me, Dad." He was just like
You look like a hot
marveling.
celery
I just
in
made the
there. Yeah.
most beautiful, like, because he really felt that way because he loves me. But my mom, I used to say, "I'm ugly." And my mom would go like, "Shut up. I'm tired of this." And then I'd go, "But Lauren's so hot. Why is she so perfect and I'm so ugly?" And you'd go like, "You be happy with what you have." God damn it. I don't want to hear this anymore. And I just
Did you
go,
think Lauren was hotter than Nikki? Like, straight
No,
up?
I've never said that ever in my life. I've
No, she
never
never
thought
said
that. I never thought that. Honestly, I never thought that. I never thought. I mean, I had friends that would just go, "Oh, my daughter's going to be a model." I'm like, shut up! Don't put that shit in their heads right off the. I always thought that was weird.
Yes.
Just like encourage
Yeah,
kids.
we never heard we were like we heard we were beautiful, and like.
But I would
smart
never
and funny.
say you should be a model. You should get out there because I had
No one
friends
was
that
just like
did-
you're so yeah. No one said that because I think that's weird too. Because you're putting too much emphasis on their looks,
Yeah,
which is gonna go
exactly.
away at some point for them.
No, I just thought, why would you put that pressure on? Like, you should be a model. I mean, my friends used to do this with their kids, and I still laugh about it. It's like my kids were much more beautiful than your kids, and I never like said, "Oh, we're going to put them in modeling." I'm like, okay, everybody.
I wanted to be put in modeling so fucking bad. I
Well,
wanted to be
you-
a child star. So I wish he would have Jeanette McCurdy'd me. She did write a book that said called "I'm Glad My Mom Is Dead," but I would have loved if you and Dad like forced me into the biz.
What you wouldn't have? You would have just been miserable.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't good at it.
What are you
That's
saying? She wouldn't have
the
booked any
problem.
gigs?
I wouldn't have booked. I definitely.
No,
if I
I
can't
just-
book them now, I wouldn't have booked them then. That's for damn sure. I was like,
You
just
guys,
like
you modeled. You and Lauren modeled for
limited two
Limited.
at
Really?
the mall. We
That
stood
was
out
so
front of
cute.
the limited two. And how did we get that gig? I don't even know how
We
that
just
happened.
signed you up because you said
like
we could
Abercrombie
be models, and we're like, we could do modeling at the mall. We're like, okay. So your dad and I took you over there. You got you signed up, and we just sat there and watched you guys model.
Oh yeah, we were just out front in little limited two outfits. They put us head to toe in limited two, and then we stood out front of limited two, and like people just walked by, and we got to be models for the day. That was so
It's a
fun.
good thing they didn't sign you for Abercrombie, because then you would have been like half
Oh,
naked.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even hardly like going in that store with.
Yeah,
you
we would
guys.
have had to be nude out front. Nude.
I
children.
remember when you guys were interested in
canoes.
shopping there. I was like, first of all, those clothes are ridiculously expensive.
Oh, they were so. I remember it was $40 for a shirt. That was the first time, and this was 2001, pre 9/11, and a shirt was $40. And I remember
it
just
was
being
a-
like,
it was a-
Kirsten got one. Why
Yeah.
can't I get one?
It was hard keeping up with Kirsten.
It really was.
Yeah.
Her family wasn't rich though. Why did we?
They
bought at J. Crew. They bought at Abercrombie.
they spent their money on clothes.
Yes, and we did not do that. I mean, it's not like we were deprived at all. You weren't like.
You had clothes.
Yeah, we had great clothes, but we were going to Value City, but we got good stuff there. And we were
they
going
had designer stuff. at
You would
Value City.
sometimes let us go on a little spree before
before school.
school.
You
and
never
we
went
would
to
go Limited
Marshalls to get them
too.
designer stuff on the cheap? That's
No.
what my mom would
Marshalls
do.
wasn't around
No,
where we
wasn't
were.
around.
It's TJ Maxx. Is that where you went shopping,
Oh,
Andrew?
TJ Maxx. That's
But
what
your
it was.
mom
TJ
was like
Maxx.
a big spender. Not on you guys.
On herself. Not so,
I
no,
know,
no.
it's like the same.
She'd
we
buy
always-
me a lot of. She'd buy me a shirt that was like collared with a zipper in the, and I'd be like, "Who do you
Oh.
think I am? Like, you don't even know me,
Yeah.
Mom," because it was the zip up one.
God.
I remember she bought me and my brothers all denim vests recently, and we're like, "Who do you know?"
Did you wear them? Did you
For
wear
like
them?
a funny
as shit.
photo?
No, I think I tried to sell them. Actually,
Oh wow!
My mom
enterprise
probably would have saw
Probably
it
bought it,
today.
yeah.
She saw it on Facebook Marketplace. She typed in couch.
I typed in
Things
denim
that have been
vest.
fucked on.
That's another
Couches
one of my
and vests.
searches. Denim vest.
It just comes right up.
I don't even have to type it in. Comes right up. No, before school every year we did a big shopping
It was
spree.
the best. I loved. Remember buying school supplies? That felt so good too.
That was
the
fun.
smell of an
Getting new
Office
markers.
Max and the smell of new markers and like that new binder. And you'd get a 3-ring because I was like, this is the year I'm going to be organized. And you would get the little dividers that had, you'd put the subjects in you write it on the white little slip of paper and then you'd slide it into that little tab and you'd be all
yeah.
prepared with all your classes lined up. And then within day 2, it's all gone to shit. I never once kept all my notes in a single notebook or like for a class. I never
Oh, my
was
binders
organized.
look like
Oh.
like hurricane hit them within 3
Yeah.
days. I had more paper that fit in them, and
I
then
looked
the
like a
metal.
defense attorney for like a man
Yeah,
a mass
Yeah,
shooter,
like a-
where I'm just like in over my head every day.
Yeah, they're all falling out of the bag. Remember the
court.
metal? The metal for some reason in all my
Yes, and
binders
they would-
always ended up crooked. They
yes,
never
because
like
we'd
clicked
slam
together.
it into our backpacks.
Yes.
We're the same person, and they would just get crunched, and then and then you'd have to bend them back, and
Yes.
and then
Yes.
the paper would always rip and get caught on them. Fuck that. But I loved a 3-ring binder. The smell of that, like whatever covered
The plastic.
Yeah, the plastic smell. And I love the
And I
smell
love
of a
playing
fresh
pencil
book.
break. I like playing pencil break. I missed
What's
that.
that?
you know?
Oh, where you like flick the pencil and someone
You
else
flick
holds the pencil.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel bad for those pencils.
Oh, I love a
Shout
freshly
out,
sharpened
but
pencil and writing on it. The best feeling that goes like, oh,
pencil
to
sharpener.
me is
This
when
guy,
you
the one
sharpen
on
a
the wall-
pencil perfectly. Not the kind where it's like half of it is like the lead and half is the other part, the wood part. Don't you hate when your tip of a pencil is half wood? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where they
brutal.
get kind of like,
Oh, yeah.
bent in the sharpener,
Yeah.
and then you're writing and it's like, and you're like,
Or what about when you don't have a
Hurt your teeth.
sharpener? What about you
Yeah.
don't have a sharpener, so you bite the pencil to get to the lead,
oh,
but
I
then you
used
get
to
the
do
lead
that
in your
too.
mouth
Oh,
Yeah,
no. Okay,
still have
let's
lead in
move
my
on.
finger.
We can talk. Really?
from
You still
trying
have
to
it?
throw a pencil out of a car, and it stuck into my finger, and I just never took it out. And then I was like, 10 years later, I was like, oh, I have lead poisoning. That's why I'm so fucked up. And then they're like, it's graphite. Remember, everyone's like, no, it's
Yeah,
not lead,
there's
it's
no
graphite.
lead. Yeah, we just call it
Graphite.
lead.
It's like, don't lie to me.
You have graphite poisoning. All right, let's go to final thought. Let's do some Fanthraxes.
Oh, no.
All right, what do you guys have for us this week?
So I wanted to read a quick comment from our YouTube page, the Nikki Glaser Podcast, which you can go subscribe to right now to see all of this on video. So
Yes,
as much as you're hearing
it's true.
Julie's voice, you can also see her on there.
Oh God, don't look.
I love that you think that you're ever
Go to
positive about anything about yourself. When you
I'm
Yeah,
looking at
Nikki,
myself
I don't know
right
where
now
you get it
and-
from, Nikki.
Yeah,
I don't
right?
know
Yeah.
where.
Whenever
I don't-
anyone goes, Nikki, you're beautiful, it really hurts me to hear you talk about yourself like this. Listen to where I came from. Okay?
I'm sorry. It's me I'm talking about, not
It's you. Hi.
It's me. It's my problem. Or it's my problem. How's that song? go?
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's
oh,
me.
I'm the problem. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so this is from the Singing Sunflower. And the comment is about astronauts in space. Remember we talked about that?
Oh, yeah.
That is all about perspective, and you can get that from just traveling too. Just seeing how other people live. Just moving away from your hometown gives you a lot of perspective. Have you ever compared your friends or relatives that have lived in their hometown their entire lives with those that have studied or worked someplace else or just moved? It's all perspective, and it's very good to get more of it.
How did that person get allowed to write a YouTube comment when they are so cogent and clear and concise and sweet and smart? That should have been blocked immediately on YouTube. Was it all in
yeah,
caps
that's
and
hate
misspelled?
speech.
Did you translate that from...
I hate that
How was
person.
there no
Jesus.
hate speech in that? Was there like 11 exclamation marks at some point anywhere?
Weird links.
Was... Yeah. What? How? I've never heard something so articulate on YouTube. We have the best watchers, including
Yep.
listeners. Yeah, that's true. I mean, don't you agree, Mom? Traveling makes you. What have you learned in your travels?
Well, I mean, moving to St. Louis. Traveling is just
Moving
living.
from Cincinnati to St. Louis.
It's
was
just-
such a culture shock.
Yeah, I learned about different chilies.
Not at all. It's like
Different
the
what,
same-
Andrew?
Chili's. The restaurant and the food.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a
They're all
Chili's
different.
restaurant can vary from state to
Who
state.
knows what you're going to get with that
And Hooters
Southwestern
too.
roll.
Think about
Yeah.
Hooters.
Oh yeah,
And
we've been.
Hooters, yes. So many different kinds of
Always
tits.
different. You've been to Hooters.
Yeah, as a child, my mom took me to Hooters. We didn't know what it was. We were in Florida, and I remember it was probably
I
one of my
didn't-
earliest memories. How old do you think I was?
You were probably
I
8
remember.
or
Oh, really?
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's so
not
funny.
my earliest memory, but I was. We
You
went.
were
We
probably
were.
7.
We were going to the outlet malls all day, and it was so. We were so hungry at the end of it. And my mom was like, "We'll just go here." And we went to this. My mom thought it was like an owl themed restaurant.
It looked like a family restaurant.
Like it was like
you didn't even
Rainforest
know what
Cafe,
Hooters
but for
was?
like a deciduous. No. And we go in, and I remember knowing something was wrong. Like I remember clocking it and being like, because it would not stick in my memory otherwise. But there was something. I remember all these men at the bar. We walked in. They were all on the left side.
Yeah.
They all turned around and like we didn't belong there. And then we get sat, and there was not any kids menu at this time at Hooters. I think now there's a kids menu. And we were sat, and I remember the woman coming up, and she was very nice, but like kind of like worried.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys okay? And I remember you must have been. When did you figure out?
Well, immediately after we sat down and the waitress came
When
down,
EJ was hard.
and I was like, "Oh my god, this is a gentleman's club or something."
Yeah.
And I had no idea what a
I
Hooters
Then you
love
was.
went and got ice
Hooters
cream at a
now.
strip club, and you're like,
Oh,
what the fuck?
my God.
Why is that vagina now? Where's the soft serve?
Your dad had a business trip. It was in in Tennessee or something.
He was at another Hooters on the other side of
In
town.
Nash-
with
it
a
was-
bunch of
It was
guys.
Nashville or something.
I thought it was Florida.
Oh, maybe
Living
it
in
was.
Florida, I grew up in Florida. We'd go to Hooters with the dads, like after games, and it'd just be like four
Wow,
pubescent
how old?
kids and four dads, and the dads are like, "Yeah, good tit." Like it was like a coming of age, like the bar mitzvah
Yeah.
for
Oh
my
Christian
God.
kids. Like,
Whereas
yeah,
my mom
dude.
was like, my mom and I were just staring in front of the mirror, picking out parts of our body we hated. And she was like, this is your coming of age. This is how you become a woman. And then the guys are like, and here's how you become a man. Go judge those
Oh, you feel
women's
bad
bodies.
about not having breasts, Nikki? Well, let's go to
Yeah.
Hooters.
That was, I just sort of, so I don't know how we got to that because
That's so funny.
I did
that was
that
an
too.
accident.
One more Fanthrax, but thank you so much for that comment from the Sunflower King or whoever it was. It was so nice. The singing sunflower.
Yes. Here. Okay, we have to go out with this one. Here's one from Loty.
Hi, Andrew, Nikki, and Noah. It's Loty from the UK. I had a quick note about poo. So, in one of your episodes, you were talking about how if you move your pelvis back and forward, it can help get the poo going. And
Stand up, sit up straight.
as an eternally constipated person, this has changed my life. And I'm able to get those last bits of poos out that you just can't squeeze out without it. And then the second poo-related thing is when you were talking, someone could feel the poo with their penis when they were having sex.
Yes.
And I have to say that I'm actually at my most horny when I need a poo, and I don't know if it's because it makes the canals thinner, so it's more pressure.
It might be
I don't
pressing
know, but
on
I
your-
come really hard when I also need a poo. And Nikki, as someone who likes anal, I'm surprised you don't like it too, because it kind of feels like that. But anyway,
I
um,
kinda
Oh
love
yeah,
this
because
one.
you feel like you're getting
Lottie.
DP
I'm going to
from
sign
the
off
inside.
with some Cockney rhyming slang. Hopefully you know what it means, but it's Jack and Danny. It means funny.
Jack and Danny means funny. Lottie, your voice is amazing. First off, I don't know you got to go. I'm going to make this fast. I'm so glad this solution helped you, Mom. This is the constipation
I don't-
solution. You sit up straight and then you rock back and forth, like right with the angle at your pelvis, and you rock back and forth. And if you have a little bit of poo in there, it
Maybe
like
it
will
breaks
squeeze
it
it out.
out.
Wow.
And it really does work. Whenever that last bit where you're like, oh God, and you can't push anymore, it like really helps it go out. And then also, I do think that I would get turned on if I had full bowels during sex, but I usually don't because I want to use that space. And so I'm usually like, I hope he doesn't try to go up there. So it just causes anxiety more than like, oh, this will feel really great. And I bet you a full colon or like a slightly full colon when you have sex feels really good, because I recently heard that anal actually feels good to women because there is a pressure point there that accesses the G spot almost better sometimes on certain women than your vaginal canal. So I bet you your poo is pressing on that part, and that is why you're getting more turned on. It's not because you're just like a dirty shit whore.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a
Butt
reason
plug,
why.
I mean, butt plugs just sit there.
Like some people think that women that like anal are just like disgusting, and it's like, no, it actually feels good. We have different bodies than maybe people that don't enjoy it as much.
And also, if someone's saying you're disgusting, just tell them with a British accent, and it sounds fantastic.
Oh my God, that's such a good
Like
point.
she could have said
Lotte.
anything. She
She
could have
cleaned
talked
that
about
whole-
Say
genocide.
anything. She said
Could have been like,
Conversation up.
she'd been like, "Oh, we
Poo.
killed everyone in Kenya.
And
it
calling
was so
it poo."
great. Everyone died. They're all bleeding right now." And we'd be like, "Wow, that's so fucking cute."
I'd be like, I support it.
Yeah.
Coney 2026. Remember that? Okay, we got to go. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Real quick, thanks for everyone coming in Austin. We had a lot of besties last night, and it means a lot, and I really do appreciate it. It was fucking
yay.
awesome. Yeah,
I
thank
went on
you.
the live and someone said they had just gone to it and had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
that's great.
It means a lot. Anyhow.
Thank you to besties for all your support. You guys are the freaking best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't be care. And Mom, do you know any famous people with a Jack? Any famous people with the first name is Jack?
Jack. No.
Okay, Jack.
Heck no.